Hello everyone, my name is AndrewAJT and we're back with a new video. Originally I was planning to make a Fire Surge PKing video because the buffed Entangle video last week was really well received and I thought it would be fun to test out Fire Surge with the new Entangle. Unfortunately, just over a couple days of PKing I could hardly find anyone. It was either I would spend a couple hours finding no one, or I would find one guy risking like 50k, or one guy in full D'hide and Din's Bulwark with 20 brews, and it was really just not interesting. So I don't want to make a PKing video of just bad clips and such and just deal with it. So what I'm going to do instead is make a tier list video. This is something I've wanted to do for a little while anyway, which I thought would be really fun. I'm going to use a tier list maker to rank all my favorite skills from most favorite to least favorite and talk a little bit about every one of them. And this is of course just my opinion, so don't take this video too seriously. Let me know where you disagree with me and such, or where you do agree with me, and let me know if you enjoy these types of tier list videos as just a fun occasional way to change things up. Enjoy. So we're here on tiermaker.com. I'll link this tier list down below if you want to make your own. Anyway, so S tier will be like really good skills that are fun to train. A tier is pretty good skills. B tier is like kind of average, same as C tier, maybe a little bit worse. D tier is really bad skills, and F tier is just skills that you absolutely hate to train, or at least me. So we'll start with agility, and agility I think I'm going to put in C tier. You do get the marks of grace, and the rooftop agility is nice, but the XP rate is really bad. It's not really click intensive though, so you can kind of enjoy agility a little bit. Attack you can really just put in with any of the combats. I think attack is really good. The cape is awesome. I really like attack, and I actually think it's a little bit underrated. I think people get obsessed with strength and, oh, I gotta get 99 strength, and then they have a terrible attack level. Accuracy is a big deal, so I do like attack up there. Construction is a great skill all around. It's super fast. It's really useful with the rewards. You can get the ornate pool, the jewelry box, places to store things, so it's got to be an A tier skill. The XP rates are insane. However, it's also really click intense and not that fun to train in my opinion, so it's not an S tier skill because of that reason. It also has that annoying green pixel here, which you can see, which you can actually also find on the skill tab, so it's really annoying to see that whenever you look at your skills. Cooking is the definition of a B tier skill. It's really fast, easy to train, AFK, but really bad rewards, and there's really nothing special about getting 99, so it's a B tier. Kind of similar to crafting, not the best rewards, although actually it does have the crafting cape, which is a really good cape, so I would consider A tier, but it's not really worth it to be an A tier just for that. It's really expensive to train as well for fast methods, so probably the B tier is its home. Then we have defense, which is another combat skill, but it's not as good as attack and strength, obviously, because in so many situations you don't need defense, whereas extra attack and strength are always going to help you. Farming I really like. It's kind of enjoyable. I would say it's probably... Nah, I gotta put it in the B tier because there's not much reason to do it other than for like quest requirements. But it's really nice to train. You just plant the trees and come back and you get a lot of XP, and it really doesn't take very long. Fishing is a skill I've really always liked, and there's actually a lot of good fishing training methods. A lot of people don't know about dark crabs, which can give you like 500k an hour, and it literally might be the most AFK thing in the game. So that's something I really like to do. And fishing's always been one of my favorite non-combat skills, so maybe I'm a little bit biased there. Fishing, farming, and agility also have nice pet drops you can get from them, which is a nice little bonus. Fletching is a pretty crappy skill. I mean, let's be honest, it's fast, yeah, but I mean, why would you train this skill other than just to get a free 99? It's really boring to train, and it can actually be expensive depending on the training method, but there's nothing special to it. This could easily have been combined with crafting if you were gonna make the game again from scratch, so pretty dumb skill overall. Herbler is probably gonna be a C tier skill. It's pretty boring. There's nothing special about it. There's no great way to train it other than just sitting there at the bank making potions. And it does have some decent rewards. The cape is really nice, so that gives it a little bit of an advantage, but the only real use of getting it super high is to make overloads in raids, which is not really that exciting of a reward. Hit points is a weird skill because it can't be trained by itself, typically, unless you do like pest control or something. HP XP is just gained from other combat, so it's hard to define a skill that isn't really a standalone skill. I would say it's a C tier though, because it's a little bit underrated for different situations. Having high HP when PKing, even if you're pure, can actually be really nice. It makes some food heal you more, and the cape is great as well. In general, just having a high HP level makes PvM and PvP a lot better, so I would say it's at least worthy of a C tier, which is not that big of an honor. Hunter is a pretty lame skill in my opinion. It's pretty slow. I mean, it's not that slow, but it's not super fast either. It's not AFK, but it's not click intense. It's just kind of a generic skill, and not even many things require a good hunter level, which is why you see it being so low on many people's accounts, and just the fact that it's incredibly boring. But it does have a good pet, the Chinchampa, so that's at least worthy of a C tier, and it's not horrible. I mean, you can go get 70 hunter pretty fast, and it's not really that terrible. The only part that really sucks is the early hunter levels, where you're catching birds and such. That's really boring, but you can get the level 9 for free from the Varrock Museum. Magic is awesome. It's maybe the best skill in the game, if not really close. It has both combat and non-combat uses, so you can use it for skilling, you can use it for PvM, PvP. There's 4 spellbooks you can use, although the Arceus one is basically pointless for the most part. There's so many uses for it. There's different effects. There's spells that poison your opponent. There's spells that freeze them. Mining, I'm sorry, it's terrible. Maybe an F tier, but I'll give it a D tier for a few reasons. Even though it's incredibly slow to train, like the XP rate is just garbage for most methods, it at least has a cool pet drop which you can change into different rock colors. It has Motherlode Mine and a whole bunch of other mining minigames, which makes it a little bit more bearable, but still a really terrible skill. There's some things you can do to make it better, but the XP rate overall is just awful. It's also just really boring to train, and it's pretty useless overall as a skill. Prayer is what it is. It can be fun to prayer flick and stuff and get good at that and find different ways to use it, but training this skill is very boring, and there's not really a lot of options to do it. It's a little better now with the Zaya prayer training thing, which I think is decent, but overall it's a B tier skill. Very useful, so definitely should be high up on this list, but it's not exciting. Nobody's really getting excited about training prayer. I do think having 99 prayer is very important if you can afford it. That's a lot of extra prayer you're carrying around with you, and you also get more prayer from restores and sandfuse and prayer potions and such, so I would much rather have 99 prayer than I would have like full Bandos or full Armadil. Definitely recommend getting 99 prayer if you can. It's also really worth it just for that sweet 126 combat level. Range is a fantastic skill, or ranged if you want to be specific. Plenty of cool weapons, ammo, armors. It's maybe even a little bit overpowered with the blowpipe and the twisted bow, but it doesn't have those cool effects that magic has, so I wouldn't quite put it in the S tier. I think it could use things like fire arrows to make it a little bit more comparable. I know we do have those, but they don't do anything. This should come as a surprise to nobody. Runecrafting is horrible. It's the worst skill in the game by far. It's incredibly slow, it's incredibly boring, it's very click intensive, there's a lot of running back and forth, there's no redeeming qualities. It has a very nice pet drop, which I did get a few months ago, so that's kind of nice, but even that can't save it from the F tier, or the nice cape it has from 99. It does have the nice blood rune crafting method at level 77, which I have been doing, but even that is only like 30k an hour. It's more AFK, but it's not fully AFK, and I'm gonna be doing that for like hundreds of hours for 99, so a huge waste of time. I know some people really like it, but I don't at all. So I haven't been paying attention to the orders within the tiers, but for this one I will. Slayer is the best skill in the game, hands down. There's so much variety to it, which makes it really great because most skills do not have that. It has different monsters, Slayer masters, places to do Slayer. There's weapons and armor you can get only from Slayer, like the Abyssal Whip or Dragon Boots or the Abyssal Bludgeon. So many examples of that. There's always some variety to it. You get good rewards with the points. You can get custom armor. It's so awesome, and getting this to 99 is really worth it. Smithing is a skill that doesn't seem that bad on the surface, but it's actually kind of terrible if you think about it. The whole premise of it, of making your own armor and such, is pretty useless unless you're an Iron Man. It's not super slow to train, but it's also really boring, especially like the Blast Furnace or something, and there's no pet drop from it either, so I don't see any real upside to this skill. It's not as bad as runecrafting, but it's still quite bad overall. Strength is a pretty good skill. It's really fun to hit higher with your melee weapons, so I'm gonna put it with the attack skill here. Not much really to say about it other than it's a nice one to train and fun to have 99. Thieving is pretty good. I like thieving. It's a unique skill. There's plenty of different ways to train it. It's fairly fun. The rewards aren't amazing, but you can get the Rocky Pet, which is one of the cooler ones in the game. I didn't get it from 99, unfortunately, but maybe I'll go back and try to get that. Woodcutting I like. It's nothing special. Very relaxing to train. Good XP rate, very AFK, good pet. The Infernal Axe and the Woodcutting Guild are really nice modern additions, so nothing to really complain about there. There are faster ways to train it if you want to, but it's not that special either, so it's not going to be any higher than B tier, but it's a good skill. Fire making is basically just Wintertot. Very fast skill, but pretty useless as well. Mostly just a quest requirement skill, but it's an easy 99 to get at Wintertot, and the Pyromancer outfit and Phoenix are nice as well. So that is my tier list. Let me know if you guys agree with my list. What do you disagree with? Of course, I'm not max, so it's not like I have elite knowledge of every skill, but I think I've done enough of all of them to form a decent opinion. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and if you do that, I'll wish you good luck with all of your pet drops. Let me know if you want to see more tier list videos, and if you have any suggestions for what tier lists to do. You can also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to get notifications whenever I upload. You can join my clan chat, AndrewAJT62, that'll be up on screen. You can also join our clan Discord down below. You can follow me on Twitter down below at AndrewAJT. And lastly, if you want to support the channel even further, you can check out my Patreon page, linked in the end screen. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are the best. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next week.